This is Daf Yerushalmi Terumos Terumos in the article Oz V'Hod edition. We are on Daf Chav Aleph Chabei Chabei Amar Aleph, and got pretty far down yesterday. Got to Davar Acher. No, sorry, not up there. We're up to the Matam D'Rabbanan, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines up from the end of Daf Chabei Amar Aleph. And in the Vilna, should be the base on the base. It's the top of the oven, I believe. Matam D'Rabbanan. It's right at the top. And the yesterday we had a machlokas between what status is of Notea B'Shabbos, what status of Notea B'Shvis. So the Tanakama said that somebody who plants on Shabbos B'Shoygei Gekayim B'Mezid Yakor, B'Shvis B'Mezid B'Mezid Yakor. You have to uproot no matter what during Shemitah. Rabbi Yehuda said the opposite. For Shvius, if it's Shoyog, you can leave it in Mezid. Not Shabbos, Mezid Yakor. Why? Because Rabbi Yehuda so you can't have any anoia from Ma'aser Shabbos. Similarly we said that when the case of Bishul, you have to wait until Kadesh Yasser after Shabbos. Now that's Rabbi Yehuda. My time the Rabbanan. But the Rabbanans who argue Rabbi Yehuda, what's their logic that they're machmir by Shvius and not by Shabbos? So next to do a Shvius, and next to do a Shabbos. Am Yisrael has the more of the Yisrael with Shvius, which it's longer, and there's no Issacharias involved. So therefore, they're more tempted to plant during Shemitah than they are to plant during on Shabbos. So therefore, and Shvius, the Migdal Milsa, in order to make sure people don't do it, we say whether you did it b'shoy mezid, no matter what, you have to uproot it. Shabbos, people are not kosher to do it deliberately, so therefore b'shoy we let them get away with it, and we say, okay, we're not going to fine you as a result. Another interpretation, monim l'shvius ein monim l'shabbosos. You can know when something was planted during Shvius. It's very hard to know something was planted on Shabbos. But you can't count back because you can see what year something was planted. It's very hard to know what day of the week it was planted. So therefore, since Klai Yisrael is Moed L'Shvius, so therefore we don't want people to see Shvius growth there, growth they know is planted in Shemitah, and assume that perhaps it's okay to plant. And people are not going to think that plant they saw was planted on Shabbos because you can't figure out days, and therefore that concern doesn't exist there. So therefore, you can leave it around. Hechavida. Now, normally hechavida means how is this play on practice, but here it means what's an afkamina. What's the difference between the two reasons of nechshedu or monim versus nechshedu? It's interesting. For some reason, the Kabanoki changes around the order here. He puts the monin before the nechshedu. I'm not sure why. Perhaps we'll find out. Not the cases like this. Not the bachas mishloshim yom lifnei shvius. Meichnas shvius. You plant in less than 30 days before Shemitah, and there's no avera involved. That you have to uproot it, and there's perhaps seven shvius, which is the Rabbanan Yeroiver, but it's certainly not a Doraisa, and they're not going to be an issue of chashad, right? So, in Temar Bnei Chashad, if you planted 30 days for Rosh Hashanah, or something planted after Rosh Hashanah. I read it according to the change in Girsa, which is which is the several of the Mefarshim. I don't think the name the Bnei Moshe as well. All the Mefarshim change around the Girsa basically. That it's in Tamer this command Monin. No, Bnei Chashad is the first one, and the Bnei Chashad. No, the issue is Monin. Okay, so we did that with the Girsa change. Okay, next Mishnah Halacha Beis. Ain't Torah Mina Ushina Mino. You can't take truma from min al sheina mino. So on one from one species to another species. He brings down in the Kamnoki the Bali Tamura Daf Hey. It's learned from that. It says Rishisham. Each one has its reshis lezeh. So therefore, each one has to be separate. He tar made truma truma. If he did, it's not about truma. Call me chitim echad. Question: what's the species? All types of wheat are the same species. Call me tainim echad. All types of figs are the same type. Tainim grow gross. Tainim grow gross. Udvela echad. V'tarmim mizeh al zeh. If you have tainim, even white and black, and grogros, which are dry tainim, and vela, which are crushed tainim, pressed into a cake. So they're all one mini. You can return from one or the other. Every place there's a coin to which to give the truma. So then tarmin ayafi. You should take truma for the best. Ain't going any place where there's no coin. Tarmin sky, but take truma for that which is going to last the longest. Perhaps the coin come along. He always takes from whatever's good at the time when he separates the truma, and that's learned out the I believe it's the Rash that Makav brings down here. Because it says you always take the best of it as the truma. The Mishnah continues. A whole onion, even if it's small, is more miskayim than a large onion, which is half of what you have, only half. Conversely, the large onion tastes better than the small onion. Easier to easier to eat, better to eat. So therefore, Chachamim l'shitasam hold that you turn him from the batzal katan, even though the batzal katan is more yafeh. We don't look at batzal gadol. You always follow what's yafeh, and here the half a large onion is better than the small onion, the whole small onion. I'm wondering whether this issue of not leaving onions out overnight, which is Mekubo Chot Futzos Yisrael, is would apply to truma onions, because then it wouldn't be very difficult to take a half an onion and get it to Kohen before nightfall if there's no Kohen around. Okay, so in any event, you take onions from the large cities. Al kofrim on you take a truma of them on kofrim on the onions from the villages. But not from onions in the villages on the onions of the large cities. Because the ones in the big cities are politically correct, meaning they're served to politicians, they're served to chashuv people. So the ones in the big cities, those are more chashuv, and therefore the shita, so they're called yofeh, and you take from them on the kofrim and not vice versa. Says more, this is one of three midrashos which are definitive in the Torah. In other words, they are clear, they can't be smachla. Kamraki says the other one is before Perek Beis Gimel and later on Perek Ches Halacha Aleph. When it says Kol Chayv Yitzhar Kol Chayv Tiyosh Dagan, you take all the best of your olives, all the best of your grapes, and your grain. And that's where you give us truma. Shehain. The she'ain should be really she'ain. Not sure you have to change gears, but in any event, it's she'ain. If it's come to teach us that you don't don't take truma from grapes or grape juice on grain, and we are done tirshah and vice versa. But that would be pushed already from the beginning of the pasuk. The first of Chayv Yitzar Chol Chayv Tirosh. Because they're they're both trees. You don't take truma and mices from one fruit and the other. Heavy Omer, so you would say, Umati Oshitza Shem Yuchadim Sheshtemi Elon. They're united. Yuchad means they're united in the fact that they're both types of trees. And the Kabnaki throws in, and they're not kilayim in each other, because Kilei Akerem is specifically with the Dagon and and Tvua, and not with other trees. Ain't lo masim mizeh, can't take true masim one or the other. Kavachomer shani marmer shnei mini Dagon. Shnei mini Tvua. I certainly will therefore say that two types of Dagon, two types of grain. Shnei mini Tvua, two types of legumes or lentils. Shein tormim lo masim mizeh. You can't take true masim one